Right then, welcome to Premier League predictions game week 4. Now, let's just get the elephant out of the way. I've had a haircut. It's a bit shorter than it usually is. Literally got it done yesterday, so yeah, not the best of times. That was my little book, by the way. I've wrote everything down again. Let me just make sure I can actually see it for a start. That'd be great. And let's go over to FootMob just in case I need it. Right. I should have done that before, but never mind, we're here. Also, another thing to point out, no football top today. Trousers were different. Arsenal and Forest first on Saturday, 12:30 kick-off. You've got Arsenal, who have had players do really well in international duty. There've been some good players. Declan Rice has performed, Odegaard's performed. A lot of their big stars really have done well. As for Nottingham Forest, Ange Postecoglou, yeah, I made a prediction video literally yesterday. Well, I didn't make it yesterday, but it got posted yesterday. On about how I think Forest will finish 10th. They've probably gone down a little bit now. Postecoglou's gone into a side that doesn't play the way that he intends. That's going to be a fun watch. So I've gone with a 4-0 prediction here today. My goal scorers, Gyökeres, Declan Rice, and Calafiori, actually. I think he might get another one. A little set-piece goal somewhere. Yeah, this is going to be a disaster game, to be honest. Postecoglou never looked well against Arsenal, even when he had his actual team, Spurs. So it's going to be an interesting watch list there. Right, we've got some 3 o'clock kickoffs now. Starting us off is Bournemouth and Brighton. So Bournemouth at home. I've gone with a 1-1 draw. I'm not too sure what I can make of these two teams. I think they're pretty level, really. I've gone for an Evan goal and a Jorginho Rutter goal. I think he's got what it takes this week. Impressed with him overall. Not really done much in front of goal, but he's played good, and I think that he will probably prove to people what he can do this weekend. The next game, Crystal Palace and Sunderland. Okay, so Sunderland flying high at the minute. Crystal Palace not doing too bad at all, to be honest. But Sunderland, I think they will be ready for this one. I think they'll give it their all, and I've given them the 1-0 win. Not overly confident in this prediction compared to some other ones that I've made, if I'm honest, but I'm backing Sunderland. I think that they might have what it takes, and I'm willing to hear them out, to be honest. I've gone for a Diarra goal, his first for the club it will be if he gets it. Fingers crossed for him. Next up is Everton and Aston Villa. So Everton playing really well at the minute, Aston Villa not so much. They've managed to keep Martinez though, so you know, they know what's going on really. They've got a couple of new signings in as well. But they're going against an Everton who I think are trying to prove a point this season. And it's the second home game at the Hill Dickinson Stadium. We will be there. And yeah, I think that they just have overall got what it takes this season to beat Aston Villa, especially the way they've been playing recently. They can definitely catch them off guard. I don't know why it took me so long to get the words out then, but I've gone for Ndiaye Grealish to score, so that's 2 for Everton, and Morgan Rogers to score for Aston Villa, which will be the first Aston Villa goal of the season, so it's 2-1 in my opinion. Let's see if I get that one right. Again, that's another one. It's a bit shaky, but I feel a bit more confident in that one than the Sunderland one, if that makes sense. Next up, it's Leeds. They are away at Fulham this week. Come on, Leeds. There's been a few injuries knocking about, apparently. I think Gruev's picked up an injury. Lucas Perez picked up an injury. Joe Rodon's picked up an injury. If I wasn't a Leeds fan, this would be a Fulham win all day long. But I have to stay hopeful. I've gone for Leeds to beat Fulham 1-0. These are the sort of games that we have to be picking up points from if we want to stay up. And I've gone for Willie Gnonto to score. I think that out of all of the attackers that I've seen so far this season, he has looked the most creative. I think he might be able to find a goal this time round. If not, he'll definitely have the assist at least. But realistically, Fulham probably got what it takes to score. I'm just hoping that Leeds can turn up to a difficult place to go in Craven Cottage and fight for 3 points. Even a point will be nice, to be honest. I just need to see a Leeds goal that's not from a set piece. Penalty as well, so it makes it even worse. So I need an open play goal from Leeds. and I'm hoping that Willie Gnonto can provide that for me this week, build my confidence up in my team, and I can predict these and waffle for about 10 minutes about why I believe it. But yeah, this one was a bit of a difficult one to try and tell myself, but you know, I've been looking at the first 5 fixtures for some weeks, and I've always had Leeds to do well here, so I've got to stick with it. The last 3 o'clock kickoff though is Newcastle United and Wolves. Newcastle obviously got a couple of signings for on deadline day, Johan Visser and did Vultamade come through just before as well? Or was that on deadline day? I'm trying to think back now. No, I think he got announced when they played Leeds, if I'm not mistaken. But I think Johan Visser will start. And I think he'll score as well. But I've gone for Newcastle 2-0 here. Home game. They scored 2 against Liverpool at home. I see no reason why they can't do the same against a team like Wolves. Wolves are not having the greatest of starts. So, you know, a win there will probably bring a bit of confidence up to the Newcastle fans and obviously Eddie Howe as well and the team after losing Isak. It's what they need really. It's a well-timed fixture for them. I think that they should be comfortable there. As I said, I've got Johan Visser to score his debut goal, and I've also gone for Bruno Guimaraes to score as well. He always has it in him. He's a good one to take a risk on, to be honest. Right, we're moving on to televised fixtures once again now. West Ham and Tottenham. A TV fixture, once again, another London derby. Every week we'll have a London derby because there's so many teams in London. Have I gone past one already, actually? I don't think I have yet. No, we haven't had one yet. This is the only one of the week, actually. I'm convinced Chelsea are playing. Oh, yeah. Sorry, Chelsea next. They have a London derby again. Their first 4 fixtures have been London teams. Anyways, West Ham and Spurs. West Ham, they looked alright against Nottingham Forest, but I think it's a rude awakening when you rock up to Tottenham Hotspur. Well, Tottenham are rocking up to you actually, so let me rephrase that. It's a tough game when you've got to play against a new, exciting Spurs side, and I think that they will be able to score. I just don't think that they're going to get the win. I have gone for a 2-1 Spurs away win with Somerville to score for West Ham, because honestly, against Nottingham Forest, he came on, he changed the game, he was incredible. I think he has to start if he's fit enough, and anyone can see that if they watch them play against Nottingham Forest. But for Spurs, I've gone for Mohamed Kudus to score against his former team. That would be immense, wouldn't it? The absolute carnage that would cause would be incredible. And I've also gone for Xavi Simons to get a goal. I think he will work his way into that starting 11 straight away and probably prove himself, make it a bit awkward for his teammates to get in ahead of him. He's a brilliant signing. I'm looking forward to that one, definitely. Right, the London derby I forgot about, sorry, Brentford and Chelsea. Brentford, I don't see them winning this one, if I'm honest. Although Chelsea have proven they like to make it difficult, they have struggled against... well, they looked like they were going to struggle against West Ham. They chose not to in the end and put the foot on the gas a little bit. Fulham was a bit of a struggle, really, but I think they should be fine here against Brentford. I've gone for a 4-0 win for Chelsea, keeping the goals coming in. I've gone for Pedro Neto, Fernandes and Pedro Porro. I think he's not Pedro Porro. No, definitely not Pedro Porro, unless he does a quick transfer over and breaks a rule and plays João Pedro. There we go. Pedro Porro, what am I on about? Yeah, João Pedro, obviously, had a little bit of a concern in the international break, but I think he should be fine, and I expect him to keep scoring the goals that he's showing that he's worthy of. And that is it for Saturday. So on to Sunday. Only 2 games on Sunday because we've had 8 fixtures already, all on Saturday. It's an overcrowded 3 o'clock. There we go, got my words out. First up is Burnley and Liverpool. Now, come on. Liverpool, we have to be serious now. 5-0 to Liverpool. Not even going to talk about it too much. Burnley don't stand a chance. I tell you what, if Burnley somehow win this game, I will do whatever the top comment says as long as it's reasonable. And by reasonable, I mean legal, and also won't get my mum to kill me because, you know, still living under a roof whilst I'm trying to save up. So I don't want to live on the streets, really. I won't be able to post these videos. But yeah, I've gone for 5-0. Isak, Salah and Gakpo to be the goal scorers. Isak has to get a debut goal. I thought about Ekitike, but I think Isak might get a cameo here, or at least probably start, because it is Burnley, let's be honest. Yeah, I think that between the three of them, they should share the goals out nicely. I did think about Ekitike, but I'm not overly sure. Unless he starts. If he starts, I'll say he scores instead of Isak, but I won't count that in the summary at the end of the week. And the last game, a Manchester derby. We love to see it. Both teams not doing too well at the minute. Obviously, Manchester United and Manchester City only having one win. But Manchester United having 4 points, Man City having 3 points, don't make a difference. The way Haaland has performed, he has to score. And I think that will be the only goal of the game in a 1-0 win for Man City, Erling Haaland. And that wraps up the week, really. I'm really excited for some of these games this week. Arsenal Forest should be a good watch. West Ham Spurs, that'll be a good watch as well. And then you've got, obviously, the Sunday matches where it's going to kick off, obviously, as well. A couple of good 3 o'clock kickoffs if you can watch them. I definitely don't watch 3 o'clock kickoffs, but when I talk about them in the recap and I've seen the whole 90 minutes, that's not me, that's someone else. Anyways, thanks for watching this one. We're pushing for 100 subscribers, so if you haven't already, please do subscribe, and I'll see you all in the next one. Bye for now.